excellent outcomes of health problems, ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
I'm appalled at what you said on that pod thing. It's disgusting.
This is the After the Show podcast. It's where we get honest and real with yo ass. So sit back, relax, have a blast, because it's time for the After the Show podcast.
Yeah, here we go. Welcome to the Thursday KVJ After the Show podcast. So nice to see you all as we head towards the weekend. Yeah,
Whoop, whoop.
yeah, baby.
Whoop, whoop.
Getting there.
You excited?
I am excited, yeah.
Are you going to the naughty party?
I don't know, because there's a football game.
Oh,
boy. Friday night, yeah. So I don't know that we will be able to make it, unfortunately. Damn. Plus, I believe it's a costume-type party.
Yes.
And,
I'm hearing eyes wide shut kind of shit.
yeah, like the Queen don't do the costume route, so.
Well, all right. Gonna get fucking weird.
It sounds like it'll be a little wild, so.
It is going to be wild.
Yeah.
I like it wild, though.
I know.
Okay, no kids there, right?
No kids. No
Right?
kids. Rocco's sleeping at grandma's.
Okay, good. Because it is hard to get turned.
Yeah, no.
When I'm playing tag with Rocco.
Rocco's not even coming home from school. He's going right to grandma's house after school tomorrow.
Why is Jay Bird acting weird again? That's the whiskey, son.
Yeah, that is always odd when you run into a small child and you've been imbibing.
Well, that's what I always hated. We did that one event. It was a bar that was connected to a family outside area. So you'd be there for an hour getting pretty fucking hammered. And then there'd be all these kids outside wanting to take pictures. Like, hey, what's up, kids?
Yeah,
all right. Life's great. Stay in school. You remember that?
I do remember that, yeah. Absolutely. That's kind of the way it's going to go down. Yeah, I'm sure there will be lots of photos and videos of the naughty potty.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So you can live vicariously and safely from the comfort of your own home.
I'm going there as a spectator just to chill.
You wearing a costume?
I mean, come on. I think my whole life is a costume.
This is the one guy I can guarantee you will be in costume.
Not maybe a costume, but definitely, holiday garb of sorts.
Yeah.
Panda's wearing a costume.
What's he wearing?
So he's wearing these sexy Santa shorts.
Okay.
That are pretty sexy. And he's wearing a Santa t-shirt with them.
Okay, but the dudes aren't wearing, dick thongs and all that kind of stuff.
Dick thongs are welcome. Don't you dare.
I know they're welcome.
Shame anybody that wants to show up in a dick thong.
But I don't want to be one of those typical fucking KVJ horse shit where I go there. Hey guys, I'm dressed up as the costume party. Oh, I'm the only one that dressed up.
No.
If I'm the only one in a dick thong, that ain't cool.
This group is excited about costumes.
Mm-hmm. You're probably going to see a few dick thongs there. Yeah. So bring it on out,
I was
man.
hoping to see more puss thongs.
There will be more puss thongs than dick thongs.
Oh gosh, yeah. Well, I mean, she said it's going to be kind of a an adult type party.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's hard to not be vulgar.
Are you going to enter the candy cane sucking contest?
No, I'm gonna be in the cheap seats and watch that one.
Okay.
But you never know. You get a couple whiskeys in the bird.
You might dive right in.
Fuck it, I can do it too.
Yeah.
Do it and win.
Oh, if I'm in the competition, I'm only playing to win. That's why I had to get out of the Bigfoot competition in Logan. It was that Bigfoot, the cry,
calling.
Who can make the calling? And I noticed I'm the only dipshit over the age of 18. It's all little kids and me. I go, yeah, I'm not gonna, because if I enter, I'm gonna destroy these kids.
You should have.
I thought
and then
about
crotch chop them.
I did not. I didn't have the heart, man. These kids. There were so many kids that wanted just to scream in the microphone, and I knew I have more talent than them when it comes to this.
And you know what you're doing. You've been doing this.
Yeah.
You prepared your whole life for a Sasquatch calling contest.
I thought there'd be some other adult dipshit out there that wanted to do it, but no, man, it was just little kids.
Yeah.
You can't enter that kind of contest.
Right.
Because if you do, you got to play to win.
Yeah, you do. Got to go hard, baby. Yeah, so that will be well documented, so you'll be able to check that out. So I'll be at the game. I'll be watching football, and I'll be watching all kinds of insanity going down at Virginia's party. Somebody's want to know what football game it is. The state championship with American Heritage Plantation and Miami Central. 2 top 3 teams in the country are facing off for the 2M title. Cannon wanted to go check that out. So I'm like, I'll be a good dad and take you.
There'll be a competition at my house, too. The 2 top candy cane suckers will be facing off.
I'm sure.
It's a suck-off, and these girls came to win and work.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. There you go. So, yeah. Anyway, let me see. A couple other emails that we got here. Michael has a thought about the Home Alone theory. Said, how do you guys feel about the theory of Home Alone? It's the origin story of the serial killer Jigsaw from Saw. Kevin from Home Alone looks identical to Jigsaw if he was older. Both have violent tendencies and are pros at traps. Think about how Kevin's feared childhood basement was identical to the one in Saw 2. In one scene, Kevin hallucinates that the furnace is a monster, which inspired Jigsaw's act in Saw 2 of burning someone alive in the basement furnace. Okay. So I have not seen Saw, but I've heard this discussed, that some people think that it works as a perfect origin story, that Kevin McAllister became Jigsaw.
It's an internet type of thing. The same thing where, Daniel from Karate Kid was the real bully.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of that stuff comes from the internet.
Yeah. So there you go. I don't know if you have any thoughts on that. I really don't, because I haven't seen it.
I haven't. Home Alone is not one of my go-to Christmas movies. I know y'all fucking love it, and you're always talking about it. It's not my jam.
I love it because I love Rocco watching it now because he identifies with Macaulay Culkin's character.
Mm-hmm.
He just thinks it's great that this kid gets the upper hand on these 2 bad guys.
You guys couldn't handle Saw. You couldn't handle Jigsaw.
No, I don't.
Too much of
I
a
wouldn't
pussy,
even go
Virginia.
there.
Yeah.
I can't
It's a great concept,
Yeah.
though.
There's a lot of things I can't handle. I can't handle jigsaws, naughty potties. There's a lot of things I can't handle.
Oh, there's no way you're getting the Ralstons. I was kidding when I asked if you were going. I knew you're not going to that.
Well, you know what? Caitlin
wants to go.
Caitlin does want to go, and she was really ramping up. I'm like, maybe we are going to go. And then the football thing came up. I'm like, I don't know. Can't want to do that. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I'll take him to football and you guys can go do the naughty stuff. Because that's the kind of place, I don't know. I get in trouble.
You feel like
get
it
in
could be a
trouble.
trap.
I could get in trouble. There's a lot of...
Even if you do nothing.
There's a lot of pitfalls for a dude like me in a place like that.
You are so wise to not go to that.
Yeah.
As much as I would love to have you there, I don't know, dog.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
I don't take it personal.
I would love for you to be there.
It sounds like it's going to be turned. It sounds awesome, but yeah. It would likely ruin my holidays.
We had
for the next 3 years.
We had a few couples that declined the invite for, I think, the same kind of reason as you are.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't think that they are that scandalous.
If my dad even tried to get the first word of "can we go," he would have been stabbed by my mom. The fuck no.
Yeah.
Naughty potty? You're gonna go to what?
What?
You're looking at who? Oh yeah, it would be. I mean, that would have.
You're gonna go there and stare at vaginas for 3 hours?
Yeah.
Hopefully.
No, I swear, I'm here for the hors d'oeuvres. Sure.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah.
All the hors d'oeuvres are shaped like vaginas.
Are they really?
No,
oh.
He got so excited.
He did. He was like,
What?
Well, what a nice little twist that would be. It's fun.
If I could figure out how to origami a tortilla, let me think
you
about
should have
this.
some clams just for fun,
You should,
right?
if anybody could make a vagina out of something, it's my girl Virginia.
I've made a vagina cake before.
And I meant no disrespect. I really didn't. I'm sorry.
Remember that vagina cake I made for that baby shower?
We all remember where we were at when we heard about that cake.
The baby was coming out of the vagina.
Oh, yeah.
It was a giant vagina cake. I made it.
That's impressive.
My favorite
I remember that.
is when we put up on social media, and there's just some people who don't get or like that kind of humor. And this is disgusting. Oh, typical Virginia.
You would bring this to a baby shower?
Yeah, people were disgusted. Majority of the people loved it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, because it's
there's
awesome.
always a few stick in the muds.
Fuck faces that have a problem with everything.
Yeah.
But they still listen.
Well, loosen up.
They hate listen. Which, hey, at the end of the day, numbers.
Yeah. A lot of that.
Life's too short. If you can't laugh at a pussy cake, come on. What? Seriously? That's funny.
Pussy cake's way better.
Pussy cake is funny.
It's better than vagina cake.
Come on.
Some other emails that we got here today. Somebody was relating we had some Mad Mama drama. There was a 7-year-old boy that wants himself a drone. Mama wants to get it for him, and she has since May when he first told her that was his dream. But apparently Grandma has decided that she's going to get him the drone. And so this mom is, kind of fighting off. And this is the mother-in-law. It's not her own mother. It's her husband's.
It's going to be tough.
Monica said, yeah, my mother-in-law did the same thing. My youngest wanted the Oculus, and she had the Costco card, so she took me to go get the Oculus for him. Then she went and bought one in November. Even though I said I already got him one, she instead was going to wrap it up and give it to him on Christmas anyway, and it irked me. So on Christmas morning, I made sure my son opened my present first. And needless to say, my oldest got the Oculus. So I guess she divided it up. So I guess that's something that does happen. Mother-in-laws want to be the star on Christmas Day, and so do moms. So if I'm the kid, I don't care. I'm like, this is great.
Well, you're just getting cool prizes.
Yeah.
You don't care if you're the kid.
Yeah. Mandy said that she wanted to throw in an addendum to the KVJ drinking game we were talking about the other day. When would you drink? She said you have to drink when Kevin doesn't think something is really funny, but is polite to not laugh. So he super fake laughs like, ha, ha, ha. Like I'm really not laughing, laugh.
Well, sometimes you're getting something off the computer, too, and you may miss it because you're doing 9 things over there, and then you hear us laugh, and organically you'll try to get in there just because something's going on over here.
That is
and then you look like
what
a
it
dick
is.
if you're the only one not laughing.
Yeah, that's typically what it is. Yeah, there's a lot of see, that's why I like the after the show. It's nice because
it's loose.
It is.
Well, you've taken the distraction of I don't have to worry about what the time is. I just worry about when the show ends. I don't have to worry about getting the commercials in the right orders in the right place because for some reason they always like playing 3 Virginia commercials in a row.
Back to back.
Which is just,
you gotta
music to your ears.
You got to make sure that's not going on. You got to look at the music and say, okay, I'm going to
listen to Jay Bird bitch about that song by Jax.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the first day I bitched about it. And I'm not even bitching. I'm laughing at it. It's so over the top, fuck you men kind of a song. It's comical to me.
Yeah.
I love that she hates men from Ohio.
She's talking about the Les Wexner.
Right, the founder of Victoria's Secret.
Yeah,
right.
that's caught in the Jeffrey Epstein thing. He
Pretty
lives outside of Columbus, which
awesome.
I don't know. I was wondering, like, does everybody know that? Or is that, because I know that because I'm from that area, and he's a big donor to Ohio State, and you know Les Wexner, but does everyone else know that if you haven't seen that documentary?
I think if they don't know, it might have started curiosity and people Googled it.
Okay.
Who owns Victoria's Secret? Oh, yeah, it is an old man from Ohio.
So
F him.
fuck all men.
Okay. Okay, yeah, Angie said it's common knowledge. Yeah, I just didn't know. I didn't know if that was...
It's not a secret, that's for sure.
Uh-huh, okay. Kristen in Jupiter has got a thought for a Netflix documentary to watch. It's 90 minutes long, and it's about Charlie Cullen. She said, I never really heard of him before, but he was a registered nurse who confessed to killing 29 people on the job at hospitals.
What?
And attempted to kill 6 others. He reportedly is suspected of killing 400 people by the authorities. He was arrested in 2003 and is serving consecutive life sentences. He was a nurse for about 16 years and typically killed people by injecting them with toxic amounts of drugs like insulin or digoxin.
What the hell?
It's a wild story. He's categorized as a serial killer, so I thought Jabra might be familiar with
What's
him.
his name again?
Charlie Cullen, Cullen.
Not on my radar.
Okay. It's on Netflix. Apparently, it's a documentary.
It's I just found a YouTube channel, and they highlight. There's so many of these kind of serial killers that you don't really think about. They have 3 to 4 or 5 kills under their belt, so they don't get the big headlines like your Ted Bundys and all those kind of guys that had multiple, so many in the double digit. But there's a lot of those kind of serial killers out there, and you're going to start hearing more of those kind of, because they're running out of the big ones to do.
So this guy was from Jersey.
Okay.
And so he made all his kills in that area. Wow.
There's a lot of them too that's killed a lot of women that are hookers or prostitutes that just didn't get.
That's easy prey because you're not going to have somebody that's going to wind up on the news and necessarily have a family that is tracking them down, or they are already in a dangerous situation.
And it's better now. It's 2022. We have different, sensibilities. But back in the day, man, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, when you were a prostitute and you went missing, it could be a slow move, maybe not even looked at times because just who cares? It's a streetwalker. I think that's changed a bit.
It has.
Maybe not completely, but it's changed a little bit.
Yeah, no, it's kind of, I feel like it's a mix of both. I feel like things have advanced with DNA, and there was just, I even saw somewhere here in South Florida, it's like Delray Boynton, something like that. There was an older woman that had somebody broke into her house and murdered her, and they found DNA, and they've gone back. She was killed, I think, in the 90s, at like 94. And they now were able to figure out who her killer was through DNA and all that. And I think it was because of a DNA sample from the guy's son. The guy's now dead. The guy's been dead for a while, but at least they gave the family closure to say, yeah, here's who broke into your mom's house and raped her and killed her.
I'm always on the mic talking about shitty police work and how it went the wrong way.
Yeah.
There are times, too, back in the day where there was great police work and they have a 1971 fingerprint that they kept preserved, and it's great. And that kind of shit can bring people down when they did the work and did it the right way.
Or they get like a new young guy who comes into the cold case and he's like, I'm gonna fucking solve this.
Well, that's what happens.
And he does.
Well, he's charged up, or she's
he's
charged
young,
up.
and he's like looking at it with different eyes, and he's not tainted by the original perspective of those detectives.
Or that's how I found out they only had 7 or 9 pictures per crime scene back in the day because they didn't want to waste money on film.
Damn.
These new set of eyes go back and go, damn, we got 9 shitty pictures. Let me see who they questioned back in 83. They let this fucker go. Why did they leave this fucker go? Why?
Yeah, this story about that Cullen guy is crazy. He is in the New Jersey State Prison right now. He killed so many people at so many different hospitals.
You think about the opportunity that he had, and I mean, you think anyone who would be a serial killer, that would be a great way to do it, go into healthcare, because there's so many silent, sly ways that you can off people.
Damn.
That is a sad, terrible story, but I usually don't typically go for those kind. I like the ones where they're a little creepier. That's a horrible story, and it's sad and it's terrible. But I'm talking about stalking in the night, looking through the window. Like those are horrifying.
You like the predators.
Well, I don't like them.
No, you like them.
Well, I don't like them like that.
You like a meaner murder.
They're creepier. They just are. They're more. Ooh.
Yeah.
You like him to go out painful.
No, it's not that I like it. I think it keeps my interest
You get more
more.
Points that way, Virginia.
That's not well better.
Anybody can get an insulin overdose.
Yeah, it's kind of a pussy way to off somebody.
That sounds terrible.
Oh, he put some in their IV.
Pussy murderer.
That's what Ted Bundy said about the Green River Killer. Because the Green River Killer took prostitutes.
Those are easy prey.
Yeah, not as many points.
He scoffed at that. He did, though.
Not as many points. He's like, I earned mine.
Crazy shit, man.
Crazy shit.
Yeah. That's it.
I swear, I don't love murder. I love murder specials. Stop defending it, Bruce. Stop guilty.
You're not alone, though.
You are not alone.
I think it's I think true crime's the most popular category of podcast.
Virginia, you're into it, too. You watch murder shit.
Yeah, I do. Then I get all freaked out.
It does.
I can't stop, but I know it's not good for me.
You have to monitor how much I've weaned off on it. I'm not watching nearly as much because I was watching too much of it.
Yeah.
Because you're right. You go out to Walmart.
You
go, that motherfucker's he's by the toy section for way too long.
Well, you just assume everybody wants to murder you, and that's not true either.
It's not.
Yeah. So, in many ways, I feel like the detective work it's a whole new world, but there are still some cases that You're like, okay, I thought we would have enough to be able to solve that. I keep going back to the the murder in Idaho, but it doesn't seem like they've got a lot. They're still trying to track that one white car. They've got another blurry picture of possibly that white car at 3:30 in the morning racing away from what would be the house where the 4 college students were killed.
It's very new, though. It's still a fresh case. And a lot of times you don't know stuff within
They don't want to tip their cap.
Yeah, but sometimes the tip don't come until about that 3rd month or 4th month. People start to talk and get a little nervous, too.
Right, yeah. And then, so they might get lax. They might get drunk in a bar and say something to somebody who then calls in something.
It happens.
It's crazy how many times that happens, too, where they're drunk at a bar talking shit.
Yeah. It's unreal. Yeah, the more time it's out there, more can happen.
Oh, man, there's a couple cold cases here. I think we should talk about them as much as we can because I personally believe somebody knows something.
Yeah.
It's always the Rachel Hurley case and it's always the Christy Luna case.
And it might take years, but eventually something will crack.
Well, one's from the 80s, one's from the 90s. And as a kid, when you're a little kid and you see people your own age, bad shit happen to, it stays with you.
Yeah, it does. And you want to complete the circle of who did this.
Then you see and hear their parents on the news and on radio shows, and your heart hurts for them. You want those fuckers brought down.
Yeah, means a lot to at least have the closure.
It does.
There was another story that kind of freaked me out, got my attention. Did you see the video of that cop in Tavares? It's down in the Keys, I believe.
The one dressed as a Grinch?
No, this is a different one. This was Officer Courtney Bannock. She was doing a routine traffic stop and saw a rolled up dollar bill and touched it, and it had fentanyl in it, and she started ODing right then and there. And they've got the cameras from the other cops
body
that were with her.
Oh my
God! It's so crazy because at one point she looks dead. She looks like a corpse, and they give her Narcan, and she starts dipping out again. They give her Narcan again, and she's sitting up, and they reach down. They're like, she doesn't have a pulse. And she looks like she's dead. Her eyes are open and she's white, and they hit her again with Narcan. And that kind of brought her back too. They got her in an ambulance and took her to an area hospital. She's expected to make a full recovery.
Thank God.
That's touching.
Touching
a dollar bill that had fentanyl in it. That's the kind of stuff where you hear those stories, you're like, oh, okay, is this just the little urban myth that's out there right now of I picked up a dollar bill and then somebody's... that story makes that legit. Like, there's credibility in that story that if I saw a dollar... I could see a $20 bill. I'm not sure I'm picking that thing up.
If you were a psycho and you wanted to do, bad shit.
Right, because the good thing, she's a cop by other cops that have Narcan. If you are in a Wawa parking lot and you pick up a $20 bill, how far away are you from Narcan?
She had on gloves and PPE, but the wind blew the fentanyl and it got in her throat and she started choking on the scene.
That's insane, right?
Yes.
She was using gloves and PPE.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Somebody want to know the source of the story, you can do a quick Google search on it. It's all over.
NBC 15 News. I'm reading the story now.
Who dare questions the Kevin Ralston?
Yeah, it was on ABC World News Tonight this morning. So I saw it on there. So it's on credible sources.
So now I can't fucking pick up money on the ground?
No, you can't touch nothing no more because you don't know what's on it. Especially if you see like stuff around your car. Don't touch anything.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is kind of fucked.
Well, it's to me, I think it's something you do need to know that because when I've heard the story, I'm like, is it really that easy? I wasn't really buying it. Then I saw this story today, and I'm kind of buying it now.
It happened to a cop wearing rubber gloves.
Yeah.
If you're saying this really happened, people are calling you out. So they're saying it's not. Oh.
Well, then ABC World News is lied, NBC is lying, and it could be all fake news.
Fox 35 out of Orlando, KKTV.
Yeah, so they may all be lying, and maybe a conspiracy. So
I don't know. There's a lot of news places.
There's a gazillion credible news sources that are reporting it, but yeah, it could still all be a lie. You never know.
The New York Post, the Daily Mail. I mean, they got everybody.
Yeah.
The biggest punking of the world.
Yes, they got us all. Or maybe not, because there are people who still don't believe it. But Yeah, I'm going to believe it. You don't have to believe it.
Yeah, you don't have to believe it.
Yeah, that's
Don't
fine.
pick up any freaking anything. Don't touch anything because you don't know what's on it.
Yeah.
I'll forget this story. I'll pick up a $20 bill.
Dead by Christmas.
Next, do it, bitch punishment. Lick a random dollar bill we found on the street.
You would get, even though I know everything would be okay, 99.9, that would anger so many people.
Oh, yeah. That's why we might do it.
It would be that 20% that hates Virginia's vagina. I'm sorry, pussy cake.
Pussy cake is more offensive. It's not a vagina cake. That's too clinical.
I always like when Kevin gets an email and the title of the email is, "Now you guys have gone too far this time."
Oh, stick around. I plan on going further in the new year, hooker.
I hope so. Let's fuck up 2023. Let's do it.
Somebody texted and said the story you're talking about with the cops and Narcan, it happened a couple years ago, and the cops admitted it was fake. Let me tell you, if this story with all the attention it's got, you find out that these are cops who's been, got you, fooled you.
This was just posted one day ago. This is brand new.
Yeah, I saw it this morning. So it's a story that is out today. So, I mean, if they did do that and that's a prank, I think someone's going to get fired.
They will fire you for that.
Yeah. Because you're, obviously messing with the public's trust.
Here's my question I have for police officers. I watch a lot of police videos where they have the cameras on, and some of the police officers will remind the other police officer if something weird's going down.
Yeah.
Because that's why you'll be watching the video, be like, cop gets caught doing blah, blah, blah. They'll say, "Hey, man, my camera's going. My camera's going." So does that mean in some precincts they don't have the cameras going all the time?
I don't know that everyone does. I think they're trying to get it there. Now, most places, I think every news or every police department in South Florida that I know of has the body cameras.
If you were the police, wouldn't you want the camera running? I remember we've talked about it before, but no one could ever give me an answer of why, if you were a police officer, why you would want that. I would want that.
I always would want.
Well, not everybody's doing it the right way.
But that would be the reason why. I guess
that would be the thing. If somebody's up to no good, then they look at their partner and go, "Hey, man, my camera's on. My camera's on."
Well, that's what you would think, but I'm just wondering because we're not in that world. Is there another reason? Let's say you are a good cop that does it by the book. Is there another reason why having that camera on would be annoying for other reasons we're not thinking of? We're not in that world, so we don't know. I'm with you, Virginia. If a cop says, "Turn off the camera," you're thinking, all right, they're trying to say shit to save their ass for something.
Oh, yeah, no
They
doubt.
don't want the public. But is there also another reason in there?
If I hear them saying they're turning off their cameras, I'm getting my phone out.
Yeah. And I've seen videos, too, where they say you can't have your phone on, and I believe you can unless you're under investigation.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Somebody's saying because we are old, we believe the news, and we were had. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. Maybe it is.
Everybody is reporting it. You got to look up this new chick, Courtney Bannock. It's brand new.
Yeah, you can search for it. I mean, it's there, but they're saying, just because it's there doesn't mean it happened. So I guess that's the world we're in now.
People are saying, they're saying it may have happened, of course, but it could be from 2 years ago. There's some kind of trickery involved. That's what I'm seeing.
Yeah, no.
I'm not seeing. I'm saying that's what people are saying.
I believe the context of the story was something that just happened.
Right.
Yeah.
It was only posted in the past 24 hours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's
all right, I'm taking notes of everyone.
So if you're calling Kevin and you're saying, "This is old, we've already seen this," it looks new. You're talking about stuff that was just posted.
Yeah. New York Times had an article on it today. So they got a lot of people. If it is fake. I don't believe that, though. But I'm old.
New York Post, Fox News, Fox 35 in Orlando.
All lies, Virginia.
Is that the second time we've been called old in 2 days? Motherfuckers, you're going to get old too. If you ain't old, you're dead.
So if you believe the news now, I guess you're old.
I don't fucking believe in anything. Love is dead.
I only believe TMZ.
I only believe TikTok, Kevin.
And Daily Mail. And Daily Mail is reporting that the cop, Courtney, did overdose on fentanyl.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Kevin, you old fuck. You know nothing, dick.
You're an old man that lived in Ohio.
Yeah.
Yeah, you.
That's me.
You and all men are part of the
I saw something else that I thought was rather interesting. A Chick-fil-A was going to be opened up on Federal Highway in Boca Raton.
No, it ain't.
No, it ain't. It's all because of traffic.
Jupiter did this too.
I remember the mayor of Fort Lauderdale fought against one as well. People don't want these Chick-fil-A's to open up because of the traffic that it brings. And this is likely going to be a legit problem for Chick-fil-A's. They may have to start reconsidering their models and where they open up. Now, you want to be in a high traffic area, of course, because what do they always say when it comes to businesses, especially restaurants? Location, location, location.
Right.
But these places won't allow them because of the amount of traffic they bring. The one that was going to be opening up, and it was part of a larger complex. They were going to change the whole complex. The Chick-fil-A was going to have side-by-side lanes allowing for 44 cars in the drive-thru.
Damn, that's a lot of cars.
44 cars is what they had capacity for, but I guess they were thinking that what happens when they get to 46 cars, and they thought it would happen. They had a 7-hour city council meeting in Boca Raton that had testimony from more than a dozen residents. And the city council said, you know what, screw it. We're not going to allow it. And they're not. They're not going to have a Chick-fil-A there. And following the vote, the whole place erupted in applause with one person yelling, "Thank you."
They got cock blocked. Get it?
Yeah, cock. Chicken. Yeah.
You're saying it wrong. Chicken.
Look, if enough people in the neighborhood complain, I think a lot of times the politicians will have to listen, because that's what happened in Jupiter. A lot of people did not want the Chick-fil-A to go in there where the Bole and the MD Now, that little stretch Blaze Pizza, they were going to put a Chick-fil-A in there. That was Nick's Tomato Pie.
Okay.
And people were like, no, we don't want a Chick-fil-A. It's too much traffic. And they won. There's no Chick-fil-A.
It's too much traffic unless it's Sunday, because those motherfuckers do not serve it on Sunday.
So it is like 87 cars or nothing on Sunday.
Yeah.
I mean, Bud's on a Sunday. Bud Chicken and Seafood. You go there, get the bird sauce, get the french fries. It's great. All Sunday long, Virginia.
Corn fritters all day, bitch.
That's right, Sunday.
And it's kind of an interesting thing. And, you know, somebody is in the chat right now talking about Keither. He said, look at the map for Chick-fil-A in eastern Fort Lauderdale. They have 0, but they have 10 out west. That the way South Florida's set up now, it's, you know, overdeveloped east, and out west, it's not yet. So they can plan a road for a Chick-fil-A. But if you're east, there's just not room now. And they realize how many cars these Chick-fil-A's bring in that, yeah, you may have a real drought, kind of an oasis, a Chick-fil-A oasis, any place east, because this is the third Chick-fil-A I've heard of that they're not going to allow open because of the traffic it brings.
It's now a thing.
Right.
If you try to put a Chick-fil-A in a busy area, I don't think you're going to be able to get it done.
Yeah. And I know in Boca, they do have one that is going to be opening up on Palmetto. It's just east of I-95. So they're squeezing that in, but it's a larger
They probably have
complex.
a lot of space.
Yeah, it goes back far.
Like a double or triple lot.
Right. So I think you can do that. And then they do have one farther west that is going to be opening up in the Uptown Boca complex on Glades Road, just east of 441. But yeah, I do know that area because my son wanted Chick-fil-A, and I had to go onto FAU's campus and try to find a parking spot and walk. And I'm like, what
the
a
one
pain
on
in the
Palm
ass.
Beach Lakes is a nightmare. They ever going to the one on Palm Beach Lakes?
I did a TikTok video over there.
That's the one we go to.
It's too tight.
It is really tight, and you're right. You got cars spilling over,
Yeah.
and it creates a traffic nightmare.
If you look at our video, you can see the cars on. Oh, is it Palm Beach Lakes Boulevard? It's on the main road in the line, so the line goes out into the right lane.
It's a traffic issue. So, I mean, people that live anywhere near that don't want that shit. If that's the way you got to drive to go to your house, you're going to be pissed if you're sitting in extra traffic for 10 minutes because Chick-fil-A wasn't laid out properly to handle their traffic.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's a Chick-fil-A issue. They need to figure out buying the lot next to them and making it so you're not blocking traffic.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be hindering the roadway.
No, you shouldn't. I get why people be upset if you're trying to get home. And
Imagine there's an emergency and an ambulance is trying to get through there.
Yeah.
You tell me people wouldn't be fucking pissed.
Because you're trying to get some fucking waffle fries.
You're getting waffle fries. Meanwhile, Bob's having a heart attack and he can't get to the hospital.
Yeah, no doubt. It's legit. So there you go. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see just how many more Chick-fil-A's they can squeeze east. Probably not going to be a ton. Let me see. Got an email here about the weather. I did not know this. Talking about the temperatures dropping. And I did hear on the news yesterday that I think they were talking about the temperatures getting into the 30s. And I saw that Saturday and Sunday, they're going to be in the low 70s for the high in Palm Beach County. So we are going to get to the 30s. I know your husband was saying, what, 20s he had heard?
He did. He said 20s. And I was like, what?
Okay.
Still the 30s?
30s is still what?
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
that'll free. We will be very cold.
Oh, man. I don't even have bra thick enough to keep these tits warm.
I got that spiked bra.
Doesn't seem safe.
It blocks the wind, but you might poke out Panda's eyeballs if he's trying to get with them titties.
Yeah, PBF had said, I just heard the tease of it. They said, yeah, it might be getting to the 30s. But Rhonda said if we got to 20 degrees here in Florida, it would kill all the flora and fauna, all the native species, and destroy Florida's agriculture.
Damn, I got to bring my palm trees inside? How?
Yeah, I know that. I think citrus is really having a bad year
Damn.
right now. And
Just citrus, the whole industry.
the industry of citrus, is taking in the nuts this year.
You a tangerine man?
You probably should do it more.
They're
but-
good.
Yeah, underrated. It's just something that's off my radar. I don't want to. I should do more oranges. I should do more grapefruit. I should do more citrus. And I don't know why I'm not.
Hate grapefruit for some reason.
Oh.
Don't like it. It's real bitter, but man, I
It
love
is.
me a tangerine or an orange.
I love a grapefruit mimosa. I think grapefruit
yeah.
is so much better than OJ.
awfully
Yeah.
tart. No,
I
there
love
with
it
you.
tart, though. I like it bitter.
I'm there. Oh, she's a bitter woman.
you remember that 5 Alive?
I do.
Man.
My mom used to serve the shit out of Five Alive.
Does Fat Kevin remember 5 Alive? It was fat
was
people's orange juice.
Frozen concentrate, and it came in a circular little frozen
Yeah,
tube.
I think I know of it, but I don't think we ever had. We just did the Sunny Delight.
You'd put it in like a big pitcher, and then you just fill water in the pitcher. And when it came out of the can, it went.
The Sunny
okay.
Delight's also the fat person's orange juice as well. We had it. We always had it. We loved it.
Well, yeah, it was pretty cheap, right?
Oh yeah, it was.
Oh, yeah.
It was big. It was wide.
It was like 25
thick,
cents.
and we
Yeah.
drank the fuck out of
I had
it.
a friend of mine who's a little WT, and you go to his
It's
house,
very WT.
and he'd be sitting there in a dirty T-shirt eating Five Alive out of the can, frozen.
It's like a
Yeah,
popsicle.
it is. It's the redneck popsicle, and it's delicious. The middle,
And even back then, I'm like, this dude's trashy.
the middle of it's where all the sweet is.
You were trashy too, but you knew.
I was very trashy, but we had levels of trashy. I'm like going, he's even trashier than I am.
He out-trashed you.
Yeah, I had a mullet with smoking Marlboros. I'm like, this guy got me beat.
When you would eat the middle part where all the sweetness was, it would
Yeah.
give you a 5 Alive high. You'd like, oh,
It was so much sugar.
It was, man.
Because it was meant to be diluted.
It was so good.
Yeah. There you go. I do remember that.
Five Alive. Whatever happened to them?
They don't believe me. They do not serve it anymore. I asked the Publix. They laughed at me. Like, what fucking year is it, bro?
All right, thanks for all the emails. You can send them in. We got still a Friday show for you tomorrow. Mail at kvjshow.com. We'll be talking to you then. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems, ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.